Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up the USA view. Trump fires Admiral Linda Fagan for excessive DEI focus. In a controversial move, the Trump administration fired U.S. Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan. Fagan, appointed by President Biden, was the first woman to lead a U.S. Armed Forces branch. An anonymous senior official from the Department of Homeland Security revealed that Fagan was dismissed by acting Homeland Security Secretary Benjamin Huffman due to leadership deficiencies, operational failures, and inability to advance the strategic objectives of the U.S. Coast Guard, end quote. Fagan's excessive focus on DEI initiatives was also criticized. Elon Musk, a Trump confidant, supported the decision. He posted on Twitter saying, quote, "Undermining the U.S. military and border security to spend money on racist, sexist DEI nonsense is no longer acceptable," end quote. The U.S. Coast Guard has struggled with issues like racism and sexual assault. Fagan took steps to address these, including creating the Diversity and Inclusion Education and Awareness Program. However, inclusion does not seem to fit well with the Trump 2.0 administration. Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell has defended Fagan, calling her firing a bad precedent. Representative Joe Courtney also slammed the decision as an abuse of power, saying, quote, "Under Admiral Fagan's leadership, the Coast Guard exceeded its 2024 recruitment goal for the first time since 2017, interdicted over $2.5 billion in illegal drugs from bad actors in 2024, and demonstrated an aggressive commitment to countering adversaries in the Arctic by championing the ICE Pact to speed up production of new icebreaker vessels, which in the U.S. has not built in nearly 50 years," end quote. Fagan's firing comes after Donald Trump signed an executive order on concluding DEI programs. The order said these programs, quote, "demonstrated immense public waste and shameful discrimination," end quote. Well, I'm personally just disgusted with this whole thing. Being an HR professional for over 20 years, Linda Fagan had a career of service since 1985, so almost 40 years.
Wow.
And it's shameful. We all have to be strong. We have to seek out our leaders to, fight this wave of craziness, lunacy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary.
Well, he should recognize shameful discrimination because that's exactly what he's doing.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he's firing people like he's still on The Apprentice.
Yes.
I long for the day when he fires himself.
Yes.
You don't get to Admiral very
Without-
easily.
yeah.
No.
Without proving yourself.
No.
You
That's
do
a
not
long,
get to that
illustrious
status at all.
career.
So,
And look at her achievement.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the goal of the Coast Guard is,
Yes.
and she has fulfilled that goal.
And beyond, yeah.
And I can bet you the morale of the Coast Guard members in general is probably much higher.
Well, they succeeded at their recruiting goals
Exactly,
for the first time in a long
because
time.
people want to join the Coast Guard because of the work that she did. Well,
We'll see the results now.
yeah, well,
Absolutely.
Now that
Shame,
she's
shame,
gone.
shame.
Yeah.
and Admiral Fagan, we thank you for your service.
Absolutely, we
will
do.
see you again, I'm
100%.
sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd like
Right.
to write to her too.
That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.